All right, in our learning target and vocab video, we went through our 6 trig functions and defined them. So we're going to reference that. And now, given the right triangle below, write the 6 trig ratios for the given angle with measure theta. Again, that's T-H-E-T-A, theta. So what we do is we go to our triangle, we find the angle in question, here's theta, and we're going to label our triangle in reference to that angle. So I know that across from theta is going to be the opposite side. I know the hypotenuse is always across from the 90 degrees. And then this last side, the one that's next to theta, is the adjacent side. All right, so let's write out our trig ratios. So we're going to start with sine, cosine, tangent. Remember, sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and tangent is the opposite over the adjacent. So SOHCAHTOA. So sine of theta is the opposite side, 21, over the hypotenuse, 29. That's a trig ratio, 21 over 29. Ratio is a fraction. All we did is we took the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. Now we can do cosine of theta. By the way, it's always sine, cosine, tangent of an angle. So we always have some angle right here with our sine, cosine, tangent. So cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. So we look at our triangle. The adjacent side is 20, the hypotenuse is 29. When we set up these trig ratios, reduce them if you can. So if those reduce, go ahead and reduce. These fractions so far do not reduce, so we'll just leave them as is. Tangent of theta is equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent. So we look at our triangle. The opposite side is 21. The adjacent side is 20. Okay, so now we're going to set up our reciprocal trig functions. So remember, the reciprocal of sine is cosecant. Here's how it's abbreviated. That's a C. CSC. There's cosecant of theta. And then it's the reciprocal of this. So I'm just going to put 29 over 21. Cosecant is a reciprocal of sine. All right, and then the reciprocal function to cosine is secant. That's abbreviated with SEC. So secant of theta, we're going to find the reciprocal of that, so 29 over 20. And then our last one is cotangent. We abbreviate that with COT. So cotangent of theta is the reciprocal of 21 over 20, so 20 over 21. So essentially, if you can find your sine, cosine, tangent, and you can remember SOHCAHTOA to help you get there, your new trig functions, the reciprocal functions to these three, are what I just said. They're just reciprocals of the first 3 that you found.